Thank you.
So Dave, a great day.
Look, I think it's a fantastic day for Premier Cricket and everyone in general. You saw the amount of people that were here. There are definitely over a couple of thousand, and that's what cricket's all about. To come down here, have fun on a Saturday afternoon under a beautiful hot sun at Coogee Oval. I hope everyone was excited and it was a very good game there. And obviously saw Watto back to his prime, hitting the ball at the park. So a few dings and some cars, but I'm sure that will get repaired.
What's it like to be back where it all sort of began?
Yeah, look, it's kind of surreal. You sort of pinch yourself a little when you walk into the change room. The guys are talking about their week and about the working week and what we did and the training that we were doing and what it's like to be professional and then and come back here and you try and still remain focused on the game because it's very important, but you still like to see what everyone else is about and what they do to get up on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon, coming home from work and training. So it just puts it in perspective of we have been living in a bubble for a long time, and it's great just to come back and enjoy cricket and remind yourself that it's a fun game and it's there to have fun and keep putting a smile on your face. So look, I've been over the moon being able to come back here and just have an input to not just our club but to Premier Cricket, because there has to be a big focus on that now moving forward.
Mike said you've had a lot of involvement at sort of all levels of the club. Has that been important for you while you're back here?
It has, because I know we weren't going to talk about the review, but the standards of, say, second 11 cricket aren't there anymore. So it's important for us when we do come back to try and lay a foundation for the guys coming through and telling them that they're not far away if they keep performing, and try and get more participants at the grade level. A lot of guys, from my age when I was a young kid coming through, we had mature adults playing first cricket. A lot of people over 30, and I was lucky enough to be a youngster to be born and bred into that. That's missing now in grade cricket because those guys don't have that stepping stone to go forward. So look, we're going to try and grow that as much as we can moving forward.
Do we need to find ways to get more Aussie players or Shield players even having chances to come back and play?
It's easy for me here to say yes, but scheduling has to permit that. It is quite challenging today with the workloads and stuff. It's quite crucial to respect the decisions of the support staff and the physios and doctors that put those and implement them. And as players, you have real no choice. As a batsman, we can come back and if you want to have a hit, you're more than likely to get the nod. But as a fast bowler, you're probably not. And as you saw Josh Hazlewood, first game, he could only bowl 8 overs. I'm sure he would have liked to bowl 10. But that, as we said, we've got to go by those rules that are set, and you have to respect those decisions.
How much are you personally still motivated by next year and make a chance to get back in that bag?
I'm always motivated. Just coming here on at 8 o'clock in the morning to help set up and take the covers off. That's just motivation to come and play cricket. I've always enjoyed that. I've always had that in me. Sometimes I go out there and I'm pretty wired. And I've had to tame myself a little bit. But it's no different when we come out here. We're all here to compete. And that word, play hard, gets thrown out a lot. And they reckon a lot of people are talking about our behaviours, but at the end of the day, we're trying to play the game hard, but in the right spirits. And it's quite challenging at times when you're out in the middle. But this brings a bit of sense of reality back, and there is. Telling if you mic a couple of the boys up out there, you'll hear some fiery things. So it's great. It's great for the game out there.
Is your end goal at the end of this ban to represent Australia in the Ashes in England next year?
My goal is always to play the next game that I play and do well for that team. As I said, my focus is here at the moment with Rangnick. I've got a Premier grade cricket set up in Adelaide from the 2020s that I play with Darwin, and I'm looking forward to that. Bit of a predicament if my team here makes it, but look, that's my priority now. And obviously the end result and the long form goal is to get back in the baggy green and play the World Cup. But as I said, it's game at a time.
Have you ever played in this many people at Coogee?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you ever played in front of this many people?
No, I haven't. I played a 2020 game a couple of years back where there was a fair few people. But as I said, it's word of mouth. I think with social media, with the guys like yourselves to pump it up a little bit with us guys coming back, I think that's great. And it's a positive for the game, and if more guys can come back to this level and play it, I think it's great, media exposure to get it out there to promote it, and guys will come down because, it is free to come here and watch us, it's what we love doing, and we'll always put 100% out in the park.
You said as a sign of support for yourself and Steve, what the public have come out to see you today?
Yeah, it is. But in general, cricket, I think, you know, what happened was very disappointing. And, you know, we put our hands up and we, you know, we are ashamed of what happened. But we're here to keep, you know, trying to promote cricket, and it's a fun game. And, you know, we're trying to get Australians back loving it, you know. And that's the hardest thing with the team at the moment. Yeah, we're losing a couple of games, but they had a tough win last night. And to be positive and really try and pump the guys up is the most important thing from where we sit now. We really want to motivate those guys. They're training their backsides off to win games. You know, they're not going out there to lose. And if we can be a bit more positive in what we do, it'll help them and go a long way.
Were you consulted by the ACA before they said they were going to appeal against the lengths of the bans? Did they talk to you beforehand?
Against the lengths of the ban? Look, what the ACA do, they're representatives for us, and you know we thank them for their support. And you know, at the end of the day, it's quite fickle with the union, the ACA and Cricket Australia. And you know, Mark Taylor came out and said what he said, and you know, we all agree on some terms with that. But as players, we're here to do a job, and that's to come out here and play Premier Cricket and you know, work our backsides off to make cricket a fun game.
Just tell us a bit about 9-year-old Sam from Ballarat.
Yeah, youngster. You know, he came up here. His mum wrote a letter to Ramick Petersham for him to meet me, and that he was going to make the way up here. And you know, he's had a ball. He's had an absolute ball. And I took him for a walk around the park to show him, you know, what it's like to live in our footsteps. And you know, he had some good banter with some people asking for photos. And you know, he said, this is going to be a long walk, isn't it? And I said, look, it's going to be, but you have to do it because people are here to support us. And, you know, it's different because as a 9-year-old kid, he said I'm his hero. And that really puts put me in my place to say, you know, I've got, you know, a lot of kids there that actually do support me and look up to me. So if I can show him a little bit of what it's like to be me for a day, it goes a long way to show him and put a smile on his face.
David, what have you made of the Australians at the moment? There's obviously a few mixed results there.
Yeah, look, as I said before, we've got to keep on being positive and keep on trying to, you know, pump them up because they're trying their hardest. It's quite challenging when you're in a team where, you know, both teams are actually, even South Africa, working out their best combinations for next year's World Cup. Obviously, it's going to be in England, but you know, you got things where you got batters who are going to start against slow bowling, spin bowling, new ball. So, you know, we are probably quite top heavy. You look at that lineup. So there's a lot of things there they're going to work on for next year. So, you know, we've got to keep on trying to be positive and have that positive look out.
Have you been called on to sort of give any advice to the batsmen at the moment?
Oh, look, I think they know what they've got to do. Knowing those guys, they're trying their hardest in the nets. They emulate, you know, game scenarios in the nets. They train hard. They really do work in that game scenario in the nets, having been there. And as I said, you know, it takes one hard victory like last night to get a bit of ebb and flow, and you know, they'll be good.
Dave, you mentioned the ACA settlement. Are you hopeful there's any chance that could be overturned or there could be a change here, or is it back to
Look, at the end of the day, I'm sitting here 12 months on the sideline. That's my take on it. That's why I want everyone to keep being positive about the guys that are playing and pump them up, because you know, we can't just sit here and keep on going, oh, they're going to be in, they're not going to be in. We just want the game to be pumped up as much as we can by you guys, and we appreciate the support you do show us. And we understand there's going to be some negative impact on what happened, but you know, we just have to keep smiling and keep putting our best foot forward to make sure that, you know, Australia is enjoying Australian cricket.
Just your own team.
Good laugh with Steve Smith between overs out there. What would you say to him in the middle?
Oh, as I said before, you know, there's been a lot of media talk that we don't get along, and that I've thrown him under the bus here and there, and it's good comedy for us because we enjoy it. We just sit back and laugh, and you know, we're catching up with each other and texting each other. You know, we don't read it all, but some of the fun stuff that the boys throw towards us, we just laugh at it, and you know, that's just little things out there. You know, we talk about being here at Coogee and both living here up the road, and it's just great to have fun and have everyone out here to support us and cricket in general. All good?
Great.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Too easy.